I like to cut my veggies up. I like mine chunky, so that's why they're kind of large. If you don't like yours chunky, you can always cut them up smaller or to your liking. But I like mine chunky. So there you have it. That is red peppers, green peppers, and yellow onions. So this is just the vegetables that I have in a pan. They are starting to, you know, sizzle down. So I'll let those cook down a little bit before I add my meat in it. Looks yummy. So what I have here is some freshly washed red potatoes. It's just a preference of mine. Some people use russet or just plain potatoes. I like the red potatoes. And I take some of the skin off, and I'll show you how in just a second. So this is the finished product of me just peeling some of the skin off my red potatoes. I like to leave some of the skin on, so it's like pretty when I make the mashed potatoes. It's just a preference that I prefer. Now I've just added the potatoes into a like 5 quarts pot. I'm going to fill it up with water, and I just cut them in half so it cuts down the boiling time, at least so I think so in my brain. So that's my next step. Now fill it with water now. So now I put water in. I'm going to add like 2 teaspoons of salt in it just to give it some kind of flavors, because potatoes, they have a very bland taste to them if you have to add some type of seasoning to them. I think so. So here it is. So the vegetables are being sauteed down and starting to give the house a lovely aroma. Smells really nice. It's going to be really good. So let them saute down. So I've let the vegetables saute down. Now I'm going to add my ground beef into it. And if you don't eat beef, you can always do turkey or whatever you like. Smells really nice. So I've added the ground beef in, and I've mixed it in with the sauteed vegetables. So before I add any seasoning into the meat, I just go ahead and let it cook with the flavors of the vegetables first, at least halfway through, and then I'll add my seasonings in. So when the meat for my shepherd's pie is at this stage, this is the stage that I like to add my seasonings in. And I only use seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. That's it. And I really don't tell people the amount of seasoning to use, because everyone's taste buds are different. So you can season to your liking. So now that my ground beef is done, I will drain it, and then I will add it into my pan and start the layers. Yum yum. So I've transferred my ground beef to a pan. I'll add in my cream of mushroom. So yummy. I use this Campbell's cream of mushroom. It's my favorite one. And I'll just mix this in with the ground beef. So I've added the cream of mushroom into my ground beef. As you can see, it looks very moist because it is. I don't like my shepherd's pie to be dry. So I add the cream of mushroom. It adds flavor and moisture. I'm about to mix up my potatoes, but before I start, I just want to show you guys my mixing bowl. It is a large teacup. How cute is that? I know. I forgot where I purchased it from, but it's super cute. So I added in the potatoes. I'm going to put in milk, butter, salt, cheese, parsley, and whip. So I'm gonna start making my mashed potatoes. I like to whip mine because I like it very, very creamy. So I'll whip them and then I'll add them to my shepherd's pie. So this is the finished product of my mashed potatoes. I like them to be very creamy and whippy, smooth. So now I add them on top of my ground beef here. Okay, so my mashed potatoes is smooth over the top of my ground beef. And my last step is adding cheese. I add a lot of cheese and you're about to see that. Hey you guys, so here is the final product before I put it in the oven, and as you can see, it is a lot of cheese. Oh my god, I love it. So after it finished baking, it's going to be in the oven for about 20 minutes, and I'll take it out and show you the finished product. Alright guys, so my shepherd's pie is fresh out of the oven. It's still bubbly, as you can see. I do have a lot of cheese on it. I love the cheese. You know, if you don't like cheese, you don't have to put as much. So add to your liking. Mine is a lot. So there it is. It's delish.